to another video. If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome, my name is Megan. Make sure you go down there and subscribe to join the hashtag Rogues fam. And if you're coming back to my channel, well hello, hi, how you doing? Welcome back. Alright, so let's get into today's video. Okay, so today was my last exam for sophomore year. I had my French exam today. It was pretty easy, God bless. So I guess you can say, it's safe to say, sophomore year is finally over. God bless. It is finally summer, like, God bless, and I mean that in every way, because your girl needs summer right now so bad. This was a crazy year, and I just need it to be over, so I am so happy that it is finally over, and it is finally summer. God bless, I'm so happy. It was literally the craziest year of my life. There was a lot of good things, but there was also a lot of bad things. Yeah. It was what a year it was. So this video I've been planning on doing, just came up with the idea and I went along with it. I've been planning on doing this video for a couple weeks now, where I just like sit down and talk to you guys and like we do a couple throwbacks, and just take a look back at sophomore year, because you guys have been with me my entire sophomore year. Well, you know, subscribers have been with me through my entire school year this year, watching the vlogs. You know what happened, a lot went down. It was just a crazy year, honestly. Craziest year of my life. A couple months ago, I would have said that it was the worst school year of my life, and that thought crossed my head a lot this school year, because it kind of was the worst school year of my life. The only thing that could make it any worse is if I failed any of my exams and or classes and have to take summer classes. I don't think that happened. I hope that didn't happen, but you never know. The geometry Regents was a little hard, you know, like, we're gonna get our grades on Wednesday, so during this video at some point I will let you guys know what I got on my for my test scores and my class grades. So yeah, it's kind of scary. We're gonna find out. I'm pretty sure I at least passed everything, so that's good. I got a 63, which is failing on my geometry Regents, but it was a crazy year. I think you guys know, I'm not sure if I ever mentioned all of this on YouTube, but I mentioned most of it probably. You guys pretty much know everything that goes on in my life, so if there is something that I didn't mention, I don't really know why I didn't mention it, but I just didn't. So yeah. My year started off really bad. My year just basically was crap from the very beginning. The first 2 weeks of school, normal, whatever. We had like short weeks the first 2 weeks, whatever. Sophomore year, yeah, whatever. September 16th, my Aunt Diane passed away. So right from the beginning of the year, something bad happened, and that sucked. Literally, my year went from like just a normal year to like really bad really fast. The third week of school, I was already missing school, to spend time with my mom and to just grieve the loss. And I am a strong believer of mental health days, and I 100% believe that mental health comes before school. So I took like 3 or 4 days, not that long, off because I had to get back to school. Although I am a firm believer in mental health days and staying home when you need it most, I had to get back to school because I wasn't trying to get behind on everything the third week of school, you know? Because by the third week you're already into the full swing of things, you're already learning, you're already taking quizzes and tests and whatever. So I just knew, I was like, I can't sit home and be depressed every day, so I might as well just go back to school. So I did. I went back to school. Dealing with the loss of my aunt was hard. It was the first real loss I've had to go through, like the first grief I've ever felt, because anyone I lost before that I wasn't that close with, or I didn't see that often or whatever, or I was too young to understand what grief was. Normal reaction when we found out that my aunt passed away, I cried a lot. Normal reaction, I guess that's just a human thing. It's just crazy how like things can change so quickly, because it was a normal school night, I was going to bed, I was like, yeah, tomorrow's Friday or whatever day it was, I was like, yeah, whatever, just tomorrow's just another day, but like that, it's not just any other day anymore. We found out that my aunt passed away and it sucked. It really did. However, towards the end of her life, she had a problem where it was really hard for her to talk. She could talk, it was just, I forget what it's called, but it was hard for her to like make sense, or it was hard for us to understand what she was trying to say, and it was hard for her to like say it. So that was hard, definitely, like seeing her like that. When we went over to their house for Christmas, that was like hard. That was really hard. It sucked seeing her like that, because she was always such a talkative person, and yeah, it was hard. But she went out peacefully, and she's, you know, she's better now. She can talk as much as she wants, and she's, you know, she's fine. She's good. And it sucks with grief because, you know, they're okay up there. They're good, but we get stuck dealing with not being good because we lost them. But I know that she lived a good life. She got to meet my baby cousin before she passed away a couple times, so that's good. And someday I can fill my baby cousin in, you know. You lost a really good aunt, which sucks, but it's just life. It happens. It's the worst thing in the world, I think, honestly. Losing someone you love, but what can you do, you know? As far as like that was the worst part of my September. September was a good month other than that. You know, just chill, school, getting into the swing of sophomore year. Sophomore year, as soon as it started, I noticed it was a lot harder than freshman year. You guys know I had a lot of trouble with earth science. My teacher was incompetent, like literally. She left in the middle of the school year. We don't really know exactly why, we don't know what happened. One day she just didn't come back to school, and we had a sub for 2 weeks, and then we got a permanent sub for the rest of the year. It was kind of crazy looking at my test grades from the teacher we had in the first part of the year, which were like 50s, 60s, 65, 55, and then when we got the new teacher, my grades went up like a lot. Like I would get 80s and 90s, so I was like really mad because I complained to the school, as well as many other students complained to the school, that there was like something wrong with this teacher, but the school didn't listen. So that was not good. I was really mad about that because the school never listened to us. I was like, did you not hear all of us complaining that she was a bad teacher? And that made me so angry. Also like dealing with the transition of going from like one teacher with one teaching style and a set routine to another teacher with a totally different teaching style and a different way of teaching, a different routine. It was kind of crazy, but oh my god, I am glad that we did get a new teacher because my grades shot up in that class, so God bless that happened, because otherwise I probably could have failed the class very easily. So that kind of sucks, but it's whatever. So yeah, that was towards like May when we got the new teacher in earth science. That was pretty crazy. Earth science was by far my hardest class this year, which shocked me because last year I was really good at science, and typically I'm really good at science, but I guess just earth science is like super different from biology or from anything we learn in middle school. So yeah, it kind of shocked me that I was having trouble in that class, but I got through it. I studied as hard as I can, passed all my quarters, probably passed the Regents. The Regents was really easy, or at least I felt it was. So that's, yeah. What else? Health class. I had health class this year every other day. Hated it. Worst class ever. Had no friends in the class. It was boring. That was the worst class ever. Like, I hated going to that class, but we made it. We survived. It's over. It's done. Yeah. What else did I have? Oh yeah, double periods. I had double period geometry and double period earth science. Hated double periods, always have, always will. Those are my last double periods. I don't have to take any other double period classes anytime in high school, so God bless. Thank God, we're done with double periods. Double periods suck, sitting in the same class, doing the same boring stuff for like a whole hour or whatever. However, I had amazing friends in earth science and geometry that made double periods a little more tolerable. Shout out to like Christiana, Ashley, and Sam. I love you guys. Thank you for making that like tolerable. Yeah, highlight of my day every day was going into earth science and seeing my friends. They would always cheer me up. We would die laughing at like stupid shit, but like best part of my day. English class was not that fun. I don't think it's that fun, except I do like writing and reading. We read Macbeth this year. I loved Macbeth. It was such a good book. We read A Long Way Gone, amazing book, and then The Part-Time Life of an Indian or something like that, also amazing book. The only book we read that I didn't like was Lord of the Flies. Boring. Most boring book ever. Lord of the Flies was horrible. Geometry was my second hardest class. Oh, English class? What? English, by the way. I got A's all year, so that was good. Geometry was my second hardest class. It was like, okay, I got a lot of 67s and like 70s. Not my best class. Math is never my best subject. I suck at math. What can you do? I'm passed and it's done with. What other classes do we have? Lunch, of course, great. French, got A's all year. French is pretty easy for me. It's such a fun class too. I love French. I would always look forward to going to French class every day as well. Global, we took the global Regents very early this year, but it was okay. I'm not gonna lie, that was like the hardest Regents. I stressed a lot over the global Regents, but it wasn't that bad, and I got A's in global all year. And then fourth quarter, as per usual, my grades in all my classes kind of started to drop, so that kind of sucked, just because by fourth quarter I was so done with school, and everyone kind of is just done with school at that point. However, I did try my best to keep my grades as high as possible. However, they did drop in all my classes. Not even lie, some of the classes it dropped like 10 points. Really bad, but what can you do? I was just so tired and burnt out of school that I just like didn't care. I didn't study. I was like, whatever, I'm so over this. It's whatever. Yeah. So September was like good, November, whatever, Thanksgiving, December, Christmas. As you guys probably know, like right after Thanksgiving, I think I uploaded a video that was like decorating my room for Christmas. I love Christmas. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. You know, you get to break off school, you get to decorate, you get to make gifts or buy gifts, you get to shop, you get to receive gifts, you get to spend time with family. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, always. I love Christmas. I'm a huge Christmas lover. So I was all excited about Christmas, obviously, during December. You guys saw, like, I was so enthusiastic about the 12 days of Vlogmas and decorating my room, and I love Christmas, and I was such a happy person during that time. Like, it's impossible for me to be sad during Christmas. However, you guys know that during December 9th, my uncle passed away. Just when we thought that we had been through enough in those months before then, God was like, nope, here's this problem. You guys know I told you that in a Vlogmas, unfortunately, that it was that time of the year, but either way it sucks, you know, no matter what time of the year it sucks, but it sucked a lot being during Christmas for me because I love Christmas, and my uncle loved Christmas too, so Christmas kind of sucked a lot. My family was just like, it was so new on Christmas that we're all just like sad, and it was the worst Christmas ever. And it sucked because I'm gonna start crying. I was like trying to make the family happy during Christmas, even though I knew that everyone was sad. So I still did my usual things, you know, traditions and gifts and whatever, and I tried my best to make people smile, but no one was really smiling, you know, during such a hard time like that. But I was always glad that we had family. We were able to be together a lot during that time. You know, we did a lot of nice things to commemorate him. I got to see my aunt. She came home too, my aunts and an uncle that I hadn't seen in a while, so that was definitely a plus, you know. Having family around during that time was such a good thing to me, so that was awesome. My family was good during that time. We were all good and we were all there for each other, which was nice. It's the little things like that that matter so much during times like that. I just remember feeling a lot of pain, not for myself really, but just for my entire family who had to go through that loss, you know. My uncle was such a good guy. He was so happy, and I always will remember his smile because he had the widest smile, and we miss him a lot, you know. We miss him a lot. There was a lot of days, oh my god, I'm sorry. And there was a lot of days this year where I would just get up in the morning and I just wouldn't want to go to school. I'd just be like, God, I can't do this, I'm not going to school today. And sometimes I would get my ass out of bed anyway and go to school, and sometimes I would be like, Mom, I'm gonna stay home today. My mom knew that I had been going through a lot at the time and stuff, so she would just be like, yeah, it's fine. Honestly, I missed a lot of school this year, but I wasn't even sick. I was only sick one time. The rest of it was just kind of, I don't want to stay home today, because I couldn't deal with like going to school. I needed a lot of mental health days this year, put it that way. There was so many times I remember going to school on the bus in the morning or even in the afternoon, or just being at school and just like starting to cry thinking about my aunt or my uncle, and just like tearing up in school all the time. It happened so much this year. That was a constant thing, like literally. It would just be, I'd listen to music on the bus and like a certain song would come on that would make me think of them, and I just like lose it kind of. I'd just like start tearing up, and then I'd be like, alright, I'm in the bus or I'm in school, let me just stop crying real quick. But like, that was rough. It would just be so random, where it would just hit me like, oh my god, they're gone. Like, I was just so down about it, as a human would be, losing loved ones. And it was rough. It was really rough. That was definitely the hardest part of my year, was losing a lot of loved ones. Then sometime during the year, I don't really know if I ever talked about this on camera, I don't think I did. I had a biopsy procedure. I found a bump on my arm. It was an infection, but it wasn't like a tumor or a cyst or anything, so I was so happy, because I started freaking out. I was like, oh my god, what if it's a tumor? What if I need surgery? What if it's cancerous? So I started freaking out about that, and it hurt. The biopsy procedure hurt because they do it while you're awake. I don't even know if, I guess he numbed it, but you can still feel it. It hurt. And then I had some stitches. I had to, it was under my armpit too, so it was like a weird spot. I had to change the bandage every morning and take care of it. I couldn't lay on my side for like a couple of nights, which was really hard for me because I usually sleep on this side. So that was rough. That was a little rough. Definitely not the worst part of my year, but not one of the best parts of my year. That sucked a lot. I had to like change the bandage every day. It was bleeding for like a week. Then I had stitches, so I had to like take care of the stitches. I had to miss a couple days of school for that. It did get me out of gym though, so that was cool. I hate gym. So yeah, that was quite an experience. And then middle of the year we started having some good things happen. February, Valentine's Day, I was invited to do challenge day at my school. That was a fun day that I will never forget. It was fun, it was real. It made me feel really good. I just left school that day and I just felt so good. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders kind of, and like if you've ever done challenge day or heard about it, it's such an amazing experience. So that was awesome. That was a highlight of my year, definitely. And then, was it February? Was when I started planning my Sweet 16. My Sweet 16 was in March. It was the March 9th, the day before my birthday. So my birthday was on a Sunday, so the party was on a Saturday. Best weekend of my life. My Sweet 16 was amazing. I did the vlog of my Sweet 16, but literally that was like the best day ever. I loved my Sweet 16. I loved planning it. It was a little stressful. Well, yeah, it was definitely stressful, but seeing it all come together was amazing. Seeing it come together and seeing friends I hadn't seen in a long time, and just, it was amazing. I loved it so much. Being 16, just a whole nother thing. A lot happened, but that was fun. Anyway, started driving. Still didn't get my permit yet. Gotta work on that. But I did start driving in parking lots and stuff. It's fun. My mom is scared AF when I drive, but it is fun. I'm not that bad of a driver, only a little. Getting a job. We're still working on it. Did apply at some places. Didn't get any jobs, unfortunately. March is also when, or was that March? I think it was a little earlier than March. Probably like January, February, when we found out that my acting class was going to be open this summer. That was amazing. We love that. That was like another highlight of my year. I was so ecstatic when I found out that my acting class was going to be running this summer. Which you guys know about. There's going to be a lot of fun, probably vlogs about that. And yeah, I'm doing what I love this summer. Literally, I am living the dream with my acting class. Like, I am literally living the dream this summer. Assistant teaching my acting class that I opened with the help of my mom. It's insane. I love it. And I can't wait for it. 2 more weeks is the first day and I'm like, oh my god, yes! I'll be doing a show this summer, I'll be doing my acting class, I'll be taking an acting class, so the summer is just gonna be amazing. I've been waiting for it for months, and it's finally here, so yes. I just wanna like party. It's here. It's summertime. Let's go. So that's amazing. And then my dad's stepdad passed away. Not exactly sure when that happened, but it was rough. I didn't really know him that well, but it was so rough seeing my mom be upset about it and knowing that my family had to go through another loss. And then on March 10th, my birthday, which sucked, got a call from my uncle. I thought it was like to say like, hey, happy birthday Megan, whatever. And we found out that my other uncle passed away. So that really sucked, especially being on my 16th birthday. We didn't really have any plans on my sweet 16th birthday because we had the sweet 16 the day before and we were so tired from like setting off. We ran around, my feet were killing me after my sweet 16, literally 2 days in a row where I just was on my feet all day setting up and stuff, so it was crazy, but still worth it, best day of my life. And then on my actual birthday we were so tired we just like hung out around the house, and then later that evening we found out that my uncle passed away. That uncle was my dad's brother, so that didn't make it any easier because in a way I felt connected to my dad through him, so that sucked. And I do miss him, and like it's gonna be weird like going to family parties now. My aunt's not gonna be there, my uncle's not gonna be there, so it's like gonna be kind of weird, you know. And not to mention that before my first aunt and uncle, Diane and Joey, passed away, I hadn't seen them in months, which sucked because like I just wanted to see them one last time. You know it's not gonna happen, and it was like 6 months since I'd last seen them, and I was like distraught over that I hadn't seen them or hadn't even really talked to them. So that was rough. It really was. That was the worst part of my year, definitely, is losing 4 family members, which seems so crazy. Like, how can you lose 4 family members in the duration of 5 months and still be okay? Like, there's days where my friends would even just be like, are you okay? And I'd be like, I guess. Or I'd be like, yeah, and then they'd be like, that's good, but like, wow, like you can really deal with that, you're okay. One day in the beginning of the year, middle of the year when my uncle Joey passed away. I went into school and I looked really sad. I think it might have been one of the first few days I went back to school after my uncle passed, and my teacher looked at me and was like, "Are you okay?" Like, she kind of realized there was something up, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then I just put my head down on my desk in my arms and started crying because I was like, "I'm not fine." But you know, saying you're fine and smiling is a lot easier than explaining why you're not fine. So yeah. And then my friends were, I didn't tell all my friends right away about my family members, but they'd be like, "Why were you out of school? What happened? Why were you so sick for such a long time?" I'd be like, "No, actually, this happened." So explaining it to them was like, whoa. And by the fourth person you're explaining it about, they're like, whoa. Yeah. Definitely one of the biggest highlights of my year was Pocket Theater. You guys know that I was in a Pocket Theater show, which is my school's drama club show. I played my first lead role, which is exciting. My first lead Pocket Theater role, it was exciting. I did really well. The show was so much fun. A lot of family and friends came to see it, so it was amazing. That was a huge highlight to my year. I made a lot of new friends and I loved it. That was like the literally best part of my year, and I was contemplating quitting theater after I lost all my family members because I was so like depressed. And one of my friends said to me, like, I was like, "I think I'm gonna quit theater," and she said, "But what would your life be without theater?" And I was like, damn, that hits home. Like, you're right, like, I need to do theater. So thank you to that friend, you know who you are, for doing that for me, because I needed theater. I definitely did. Yeah. And of course, a highlight to my year was YouTube and you guys. Hitting 100 subscribers, hitting 150 subscribers. Hopefully by the end of the summer it'll be 200, which will be insane. But editing, filming, kind of like seeing myself mature from the beginning of the year to the end of the year through my YouTube videos, and seeing my YouTube channel grow and change all year was really awesome. And yeah, I love you guys so much. And that is basically a look back at my crazy worst year of my life, sophomore school year. I just gotta say, keep smiling, guys, because if I was able to smile through everything that happened to me this year that sucked, you can smile through everything too. Walk straight through hell with a smile. That's one of my favorite quotes. You can do it, and things do get better, and life is just kind of a bumpy ride. It's up and down, and it's pretty crazy, but we made it. We survived sophomore year. We got through it, every bad thing, every good thing, and here we are, perfectly fine, happy and healthy. So that's what matters most. Yes, and I made some amazing new friends this year, by the way, so that's awesome. And yeah, that is all for this video, guys. I've been talking for 30 minutes. Wow, I didn't think that was gonna be that long. I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching this video. I love you guys. Bye. Hi guys. So I got my Regents grades back. I don't have like my final report card yet with like my class grades for like the fourth quarter and the year. That will be out tomorrow. But I'm not too happy about my Regents grades, let's just say that. I will tell you what I got, but I'm so upset right now because if I studied a little bit more, I could have done so much better probably. And I will be retaking a Regents in August or January, so great. I just really hope I don't fail the class, because that would suck if I had to retake the class and the test. But yeah, so not that surprisingly, I got a 63, which is failing, on my geometry Regents. And I'm really mad, because I probably could have applied myself a little bit more and at least got a 65, and I'm so mad. Like 3 more or 2 more points is all I needed. Ugh. now I'm just stressed because I have to tell my mom. I'm sure she's gonna be a little disappointed in me. I'm disappointed in me because I know if I studied a little bit more, I probably could have passed. So that sucks. And now I'm just stressed out, and I might have to like take credit recovery, or I might have to take the Regents again in August, and I don't have time to like, or I don't want to do a summer, you know, class or a summer test. Like, I don't have time for that. Nor do I want to be spending my summer stressing out over that. And I know this isn't like the biggest deal in the world. Like, a lot of people fail because like the Regents, they're really hard. But I don't know, I never thought I would fail. I'm sad. 66 on Earth Science. That sucks ass. 66 on Earth Science. That also sucks. Like I said, I am never getting in a good college because all of my Regents grades are very low and they suck. And I don't think it's fair that we're tested, you know, getting into college is partially based off of Regents grades because Regents are really hard. And they're unfair. Like, I'm really outraged right now because they're freaking hard. It's bullshit. Then I got a 73 on global, so I wasn't too happy with that either, because in global all year I got like 90s and 95s, so I thought I'd get like at least an 80 on the Regents, but they're really, really hard, the Regents is. So, you know, I passed the class, so that's a good thing. Then, what else? French, I got a 79, my checkpoint B, so that's good. I was also a little disappointed, not my best. I usually strive for 80 or above, but what can you do? You can actually like retake the Regencies and try and get better grades, but I highly doubt that I'll get a better grade on like Earth Science or any of them anyway, so I'm not gonna like waste my time. However, I just hope that this doesn't affect me getting into a good college in the future because I have a lot of very low Regents grades. So, that's great. Great. So, yeah. This is where we stand at the moment. I'm sure the school's going to email my mom about me failing geometry, so I'm going to have to tell her sooner than later, or she's just going to find out. I'm very not happy right now. And I feel a little bit defeated, and I don't want this to like ruin my summer and hang over my head. I'm just thanking God that I passed all my other Regents. Imagine if I failed more than one. I literally was so close to failing Earth Science, dear God. 2 points away from failing Earth Science, oh my goodness. Alright, well there's where we stand. I don't know where it's gonna lead to, but I hope it's not me taking a class and or test in August. School's so stressful, and just when I'm like, yay, it's over, I can be happy and not stressed anymore. Nope. Alright, I'll talk to you guys soon.